they talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight
It's all
and
respect
won.
over here, and if he do decide to come my way and me and him get in the ring, then it'll be an electrifying fight.
Terence Crawford is preparing for his upcoming battle with Canelo Alvarez and has sent a calm but firm warning to his rival. Even though no fights are scheduled for him until September, the champion has already started training at a level that shows he is mentally and physically ready for the huge challenge awaiting him. Several analysts in the boxing world have highlighted Crawford's weight class as his main weakness going into this matchup. Yet, the current super welterweight champion shocked everyone with a statement that could unsettle Canelo's entire camp. Crawford stated clearly that his weight is not as low as many have assumed. Famous for his accuracy and technical brilliance, Terence Crawford stunned boxing fans by disclosing that he is far heavier than expected before his highly awaited showdown with Canelo Alvarez.
It won't be like any other fight that he's fought recently, and it'll be a
The two-division undisputed champion recently went on social media to reveal that his current weight stands at 186 pounds, stirring conversation everywhere among boxing supporters. Crawford, set to face Canelo Alvarez this September at the 168-pound super middleweight limit, has displayed tremendous adaptability in his career, winning titles at lightweight, super lightweight, and welterweight. But jumping two entire weight categories to fight a powerhouse like Canelo is undoubtedly the most difficult step of his career. Crawford's announcement of his present weight has caused divided opinions. Certain experts see the weight increase as a smart tactic to match Canelo's strength, while others question if it may damage Crawford's signature quickness and movement, the very tools that built his career. Despite those discussions, Crawford remains positive. In a clip uploaded to his social accounts, he said, "What's up, y'all? I'm ready to become undisputed in September. Let's go. It's grind time." While Crawford focuses on Canelo, the Mexican icon first has to meet William Skull in May.
Went up and lost. So let's not do that.
Skull is the holder of the IBF super middleweight title, the missing belt in the undisputed collection that Canelo lost last July after he refused to face him. If Canelo defeats Skull, he will once more hold all four titles in the weight class, creating an undisputed mega fight with Crawford. This fight is already being called one of the biggest anticipated bouts in recent boxing memory, bringing together two of the best pound-for-pound athletes in a clash for absolute dominance. A meeting between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford has the potential to reshape the sport, with both men having controlled their own divisions. Now destiny pushes them toward a collision to decide the real pound-for-pound number one.
For both of us, I believe.
Any doubt in your mind that you beat him?
Of course I beat him. It ain't no doubt in my mind that I won't beat anybody that.
Because of Terence Crawford's weight revelation, he's earned additional respect from insiders who once doubted him. Speaking with Fight Hype, Bader BF gave his opinion on Crawford's chances against Canelo once they clash. While many feel the jump in weight is too extreme, the Russian called it a true 50-50 encounter. "I'm not usually a big boxing fan, but this one I will watch. I've got my favorite, but we'll see. It's very interesting, a 50-50 type fight." BBV has in the past called Crawford the best pound-for-pound boxer alive, convincing many fans that he could very well be the favorite going in.
About another fight that's being reported to happen between Canelo and Terence Crawford. What do you think of that fight?
I'm not a real fan of boxing, but this fight...
Because of Terence Crawford's weight revelation, he's earned additional respect from insiders who once doubted him. Speaking with Fight Hype, Bader BF gave his opinion on Crawford's chances against Canelo once they clash. While many feel the jump in weight is too extreme, the Russian called it a true 50-50 encounter. "I'm not usually a big boxing fan, but this one I will watch. I've got my favorite, but we'll see. It's very interesting, a 50-50 type fight." BBV has in the past called Crawford the best pound-for-pound boxer alive, convincing many fans that he could very well be the favorite going in.
I'm going to set the trap. He's going to want to counter me. And so I'm going to counter his counter.
I'll set the trap. He'll look to counter me, and when he does, I'll counter his counter, Crawford explained. Last year, Canelo was stripped of the IBF title after choosing Edgar Berlanga over mandatory challenger William Skull. Now, Canelo will get the opportunity to win that belt back in May, before taking on Crawford. As for BBV, he's lined up to rematch Dimitri Bivol, one of Canelo's past opponents, later this month. On the other hand, Jaron Ennis, who has long chased a matchup with Crawford, will have to watch him face Canelo Alvarez instead. Ennis, the reigning IBF welterweight champion, rose to prominence following Crawford's undisputed victory at 147 pounds when he defeated Errol Spence in July 2023.
It's a good fight, 50-50 fight, and I guess it's a fight that everybody wants to see, so, it's a good fight.
Crawford's most recent bout, a world title triumph at 154 pounds over Israel Madrimov, signals that the 37-year-old has likely moved on from the welterweight division. For years, Crawford had envisioned a rise in weight to face Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion, and at last, that dream became reality with the fight confirmed for September. Speaking with YSM Sports Media, Jaron Ennis admitted he couldn't predict the outcome, believing Crawford holds just as much chance as Canelo. It's going to be a good one, a real 50-50 fight, and honestly, it's the fight everybody has been waiting for.
Is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154 to 168 pounds.
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
Asked about the challenge of moving up in size, Ennis said, it's not going to be easy. He's got to add an extra 14 pounds, and that could slow him down. Gaining that much muscle and weight makes things harder, but we'll have to see on the night. When questioned about what Crawford must do to win, Ennis responded, stay smart, don't rush, box carefully, keep moving. He can't just stand there and allow Canelo to land heavy shots. At the same time, he shared what Canelo's own route to victory might look like.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, what do you have to put on, like an extra 14 pounds, so he might be a little slower, or who knows, he could be faster, I don't know.
I think Canelo will push with the jab, trying to catch Crawford either pulling out or when he's cornered, aiming to cut off the ring, said Ennis. He has to dominate physically, not give the smaller fighter control, and show that this is his division. Crawford himself has stated he currently weighs well above the super middleweight limit of 168, sitting at 186 pounds, though in the past he has claimed championships at weights as low as 135. Former welterweight champion Keith Thurman provided a more neutral take, recognizing Canelo's strength yet not dismissing Crawford's chances outright.
For my boy Crawford, but it's one of those things where he really wants to win against Canelo.
Canelo can look sluggish at times, and Crawford's quickness and footwork could give him real problems, Keith Thurman remarked. But don't forget, Canelo is an expert at cutting off the ring and digging to the body. Meanwhile, rising welterweight contender Jaron Ennis made headlines by questioning whether Crawford truly belongs at super middleweight. Crawford is an incredible fighter, but 168 pounds isn't his natural size. Canelo is too strong, too big, and far too seasoned at that weight class, Ennis insisted.
You're going to need to run uphill. You're going to need to train in high altitude. You're going to need to do every little thing that gives you that,
Two legendary trainers, Teddy Atlas and Freddie Roach, also offered their views. Atlas, known for his detailed analysis, doubted Crawford's chances. Crawford is one of the most talented boxers I've ever watched, but this step is simply too much. Canelo's strength and his years at this weight make him the clear favorite. Jumping up 2 divisions and expecting to win, it's a huge challenge, Atlas explained. Roach, on the other hand, struck a more hopeful tone. Crawford's adaptability and ring IQ are unmatched. If there's anyone capable of solving Canelo at 168, it's him. But he'll need the perfect plan and mistake-free execution, Roach emphasized.
Been back yet, Spence. He may have psychologically, physically ruined him, but he has done everything asked of him, and
For Canelo Alvarez, victory would only strengthen his place among the greatest fighters of his era. For Terence Crawford, winning would carve out an even greater legacy, cementing him as a three-division undisputed champion and perhaps the greatest pound-for-pound boxer of all time. This fight goes far beyond collecting belts. It represents career-defining glory and a chance to forever etch their names into boxing's history books. As the countdown begins, both champions are set to push through punishing training camps.
A superb way. It's not that he's just won. I look at how people win. You know, how versatile are they? How mentally together are they? What happens when they're tested? What happens when they have to make an adjustment? You know, I look at all those things. What happens?
Before facing Crawford, Canelo was lined up to fight IBF champion William Skull in May, looking to once again reclaim the undisputed super middleweight crown. Meanwhile, Crawford, whose last bout took place in August 2024, may consider taking a tune-up fight to fully adjust to the heavier division. But no matter the preparation, the Canelo vs. Crawford showdown is shaping up as more than just another match. It promises to be a worldwide spectacle that will capture the attention of the entire boxing community.
They can't depend on power. What else do they have to depend on? I look at everything, their technique, their defense, their offense.
While analysts continue to split on who will emerge victorious, everyone agrees that this clash will be remembered as one of the sport's defining moments. At the same time, lightweight talent Kezin Davis is gearing up for the most important night of his young career. On February 14th, Davis meets Ukraine's Denis Binik for the WBO lightweight championship, his first shot at a world title.
Stop. I'm definitely waiting for that time because as soon as they release whenever they fight, I'm definitely gonna be in camp with them. First of all, I'm gonna be in camp with them.
During his open workout, surrounded by cameras and reporters, Davis was prepared to talk about his own fight. Yet the focus quickly shifted toward the looming mega event, Canelo vs. Crawford. With the 25-year-old training under Crawford's longtime coach, Brian Bomac McIntyre, his comments carried extra weight. Standing with him was Bernie Davis, better known as Bernie the Boxer, a former pro now part of the camp. While the tone started casual, Kezin's answer when asked about the September Las Vegas fight caught fans by surprise.
At the same time, so I just want to know like how I'm gonna schedule my things around his stuff because I definitely want to be there supporting my teammate, man, my brother at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
At the workout, Fight Hub TV's reporter asked Davis who he believed would ultimately define this generation, Canelo Alvarez or Terence Crawford. Without hesitation, Kezin responded, "For this era, it's going to be him." You feel me? First it was Floyd Mayweather, and then it's going to be Terence Crawford. He firmly believes Crawford is the next true face of boxing, stepping into Mayweather's shoes after his 2017 retirement. Even though Canelo is widely acknowledged as today's figurehead of the sport, the 25-year-old prospect doubled down on his view that Crawford is the rightful heir.
Hopefully they fight out here in Vegas. Like, that would be so crazy. They fight out here in Vegas. They need to fight out here in Vegas. There's no other place where they should fight at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they fight here in Vegas, man. I just can't wait till they release.
Hearing the bold claim, the interviewer pressed further. So that's what's really at stake here, Canelo and Crawford. Whose era is it right now? At that moment, Bernie jumped in with his perspective. Canelo had his time, but now it's about our time, he said confidently. Kezin backed him, adding, for sure, for sure. Naturally, boxing fans immediately weighed in online. While plenty supported Crawford, many others pushed back hard, sparking heated debates and waves of criticism.
An announcement for sure.
How difficult of a fight is that for Bud, and what does Bud have to do to win that fight?
Oh, he just gotta be smart. He gotta be smart, and I feel like he just gotta beat Canelo to the punches, you know what I'm saying?
One commenter mocked the idea, writing, Canelo's going to pass the torch to a 37-year-old? Though age doesn't automatically reduce a fighter's skill, it's important to remember Canelo Alvarez is still operating at an elite level. With a 62-2 record as of February 2nd, his resume speaks for itself. Some fans hit back with harsher takes, dismissing Kezin's opinion as stupidity level 1000. Much of this reaction stemmed from Canelo's unmatched achievements, becoming the first undisputed super middleweight king and defeating some of the sport's most dangerous names. Among the sharpest critiques was the claim that Crawford still hadn't shown the same devastating knockout power that Canelo consistently displays.
His skill, his wisdom, you know what I'm saying? And just be smart in there, man. God willing, of course, he's gonna come out and get the victory, man. And both guys gonna go home, you know.
Canelo isn't passing the torch to a guy who couldn't hurt someone with 10 fights, let alone drop him. Canelo floored Munguia and Berlanga, one fan pointed out, referencing Alvarez's victories over Jamie Munguia for the IBF, WBC, and WBO super middleweight belts, and over Edgar Berlanga for the WBC and WBO titles. Still, Crawford's record speaks loudly too, an undefeated 41-0-1, with a string of knockout wins in recent years. Another critic scoffed, pass the torch? Bro, fix your defense first, you're taking too many shots to the head. The jab at Kezin's own style struck a nerve, with many agreeing he has yet to prove himself anywhere close to Canelo Alvarez's level.
No major injuries and stuff like that at the end of the day, but I know Bud is gonna go in there and get the victory for sure.
I'm sure you're not looking past Dennis Berinchik, obviously a very capable fighter, but
still only 25, Kezin Davis is in the early stages of his professional career and has plenty of time to sharpen his defensive skills. With Brian Bomac McIntyre guiding him, many believe his defense will eventually tighten up. But criticism didn't end there, some fans went beyond boxing analysis, even mocking his appearance. One comment read, Kezin looks like he could have $1 million and still stink. While harsh, remarks like these often reflect frustration with a fighter's persona as much as his performances. Crawford also came under fire when fans revisited his clash with Israel Madrimov, questioning, how's he supposed to beat Canelo when he struggled with Madrimov?
It's not in Saudi, because I hate getting on long-ass flights. That's just me personally. I hope it's out here in Vegas. Bring that shit to Allegiant Stadium, man. Yeah.
Is that the biggest fight in boxing?
That reference to Madrimov struck a blow to Crawford's reputation. The 4-division champion did earn a unanimous decision victory, but it was far from easy. Canelo, meanwhile, remains the reigning unified super middleweight champion and had already brushed aside Crawford's earlier callouts at 154 pounds. Interestingly, Saudi boxing figure Turki Alik has been instrumental in pushing the matchup forward. Veteran promoter Bob Arum also weighed in late in 2023, telling Fight Hub TV that Crawford had no realistic chance, primarily because of the wide weight difference.
Hell yeah! Yes! What's bigger than that? Like, for real. Like, hell yeah, son. That's the biggest fight in boxing, for sure. For sure.
Tell me, when you hear everyone talk about the fight...
I think Canelo dominates him, Arum said bluntly. Don't get me wrong, I love Crawford. I told everyone before the Spence fight that he would beat Spence badly, and that's exactly what happened. But Canelo is a completely different challenge. I just don't think Crawford can hurt him, while Canelo absolutely can hurt Crawford. Yet more recently, speaking with Fight Hype, Arum softened his stance. You can't count Crawford out, he admitted, even with the steep challenge of bulking up 14 pounds.
What's the biggest thing that you disagree with people on?
How much they count Terence out?
What's the thing that you hear the most? Oh, if Canelo hits him clean.
I'd never count Crawford out of any fight, Arum continued. He's uniquely talented, a true boxer puncher who can switch seamlessly between orthodox and southpaw. That makes preparing for him a nightmare. Just look at Errol Spence, he trained to fight a right-hander, then ended up dealing with a southpaw the whole night. Crawford's looking for something similar to Manny Pacquiao versus Oscar de la Hoya. Since his loss to Crawford, Spence has been inactive for over a year, though rumors link him to a possible fight with Sebastian Fundora later this year.
I mean, why not? If Crawford want to challenge himself to be great, let him try to be great, you know, so, you know what I'm saying, I'm with it.
Although Spence had the option to invoke a rematch clause against Crawford, he chose not to. Whether it was due to needing more time or simply recognizing the uphill battle, Spence clearly respects Crawford's dominance. As for September's showdown, WBC lightweight champion Shakur Stevenson has no doubts. He's been saying for years that Crawford will beat Canelo Alvarez, and he even predicts it will look easy.
Mentally as strong as Terence Crawford, so I can't wait to watch it.
Your gym's an exciting gym, you all bounce off each other.
Now fighting as the WBA light middleweight champion at 154 pounds, Crawford has committed to adding 14 pounds in order to face Canelo in what could become the biggest payday of his career. When asked by TalkSport Boxing if Crawford would win, Stevenson was firm, "I've been saying this for years. I might have been the first person to say it, even before Crawford himself. I always believed his style matches up perfectly with Canelo's. I think he beats him. According to Stevenson, Crawford could go toe-to-toe with Canelo in September, though many observers doubt he'll stand and trade punches with the Mexican star given his more cautious approach against power punchers.
Says he's a special fighter, pound for pound. I think many will say #1 in the world, alongside the likes of people like yourself and that great list that we've got at the minute.
Crawford's bread and butter has always been movement, using his jab and sharp footwork to create angles, land clean shots, and reset before opponents can counter. He rarely plants his feet for prolonged exchanges. His aggressive dismantling of Errol Spence was more of an outlier, fueled by Spence's diminished condition after his car accident. By the time Crawford enters the ring with Canelo, he will have been inactive for 13 months, his longest layoff in years. Boxing analyst Chris Mannix warned on YouTube, anytime you're fighting above 160 pounds, you've got to be cautious. It's a brand new weight class. Still, most believe Crawford won't risk taking a tune-up fight against a true super middleweight before facing Canelo in September.
Canelo. Yes, honestly, if anybody could jump up in weight classes and do it, it's Terence Crawford. I don't know nobody.
If Crawford does test the waters beforehand, it will almost certainly be at a catch weight, likely around 163 or 164 pounds, against a middleweight moving up, rather than a full-fledged super middleweight. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to TKOH for more knockout content. From fight breakdowns to real-time reactions, we've got it all right here. Until next time, stay sharp, stay strong, and keep your guard up.